I'm not wearing my glasses, so I cannot see. This morning we're working on the booth here. Let's see. You see all that wood over there? Yeah, I helped cut that. Like this morning we are just working hard, getting the booth together, but it's not here yet. It doesn't usually get here till noon. We like leveled it out. We're gonna level out so the ground is flat. Started the day off with sweeping a parking lot. Party hard. Gotta hold pieces of wood while my dad came out with a power saw. That was cool. Also, when I went to the bathroom, they're like, all right, just go inside and go to the left. And so I go to the left and all I see is the men's bathroom because I'm the only girl. My hair is the same color as the floor. 12-hour day today. And my legs, they're like dirty. Let's see. The booth came at like noon. We were able to get out all the pallets out, and there was like probably 20 to 30 pallets of just giant metal parts. So we had to use screw guns and other power tools to open them up. And it was really hard because the batteries kept dying on all of my screw guns because they were only half charged. And also because I suck at doing it. And then for the most part of the day, all I did was peel plastic off, try and be positive, and complain a little bit. That was my day, but I had fun. I told my dad to be careful because that's what he always says to me. He'd be like, be careful. And I said it to him and he made fun of me. He was like, I know how to be careful. Blah, blah, blah. Also, an experience I had today, sitting on the toilet, you know, having my toilety things happen. It's an automatic flush toilet, and it flushed 3 times in the middle of my business. In the middle. And I'm not sure which is scarier, my dad coming at me with a saw or that. So, yep, there's that. I'm pretty sure I'm dehydrated and possibly sunburnt. So I'm gonna go sit in a hot tub. Party hard. There's better lighting. That's good. Thanks, light. So I feel like a lot of reasons we vlog is because we are wanting to document things worth of substance. And so we had 2 like temp guys come and help us work today. Just for the first day, because all the initial stuff is like super hard and you need lots of extra bodies and stuff like that. I don't know where our boss chose these guys from. Like, I don't know if he picked them up off the street, if he like got them from like a convict's place. It's one of them. I don't know. It just, there's many things that alluded to many different situations they could have been in their life, but it definitely weren't easy ones. And there was an older gentleman and a younger gentleman. They both showed a lot of respect, but they did it in very different ways. And the older gentleman was highly respectful, and it made me feel so respected. Like, anytime he spoke to me, he was like, yes ma'am, no ma'am. And you know, depending on who calls me that, sometimes I'm like, oh, ma'am. But you could tell he did it out of respect. Like, that's the way he was raised, and he was so kind and always willing to help. And he like made a couple jokes, and he was just really, really, really kind. And not that the other guy wasn't kind too. He made jokes too, and he helped me out a lot. And he was very good also. But there was definitely like, you could tell he didn't have the same upbringing to be so respectful. I had an experience when the older gentleman and I went to find the bathrooms at the same time, and all the doors were locked to the convention center, and so we weren't quite able to get in, and he had to go to the bathroom really bad, and I was like dying of dehydration. Not dying, but I feel like I'm still dying. We were finally able to find like this older lady as well. I want to say gentleman lady because she was also respectful, just like him. And he was like, excuse me ma'am, do you know where I may find the bathroom? And he said it like, I mean, he didn't say that verbatim, but that was how respectful he was. And she was like, oh, of course, let me show you, it's right this way. And they were just so polite to each other, and they're like, you have a great day, sir. And she's like, you too, ma'am. and it just left such an impression on me, because people don't speak like that anymore. I know that I was definitely trying to be very respectful to everybody I spoke to today, but they blew me out of the water. Blue water. But yeah, they were just so delightful. It left a deep impression on me, and I know that is one thing people talk about all the time, is how our generations have lost respect, and I think that is so true, and I don't like to diss as much as possible, but like, I do think we are lacking in a lot of things that make us good people, but I also think we're growing in other ways. So like, for instance, there, 50 years ago, you would not be caught making sassy comments, but there was tons of racism. So I wonder if like that's connected at all, like tons of oppression versus like tons of progression. And so like, I don't know how we would be able to find the balance of polite and well-mannerism while still having that free and open thinking and way of life. I don't know if it's possible, because like, if you're allowing people to be creative and open-minded and self-expression, is it a lot harder? Is it a lot harder to find that balance of being polite? Do you think our generations have lost that ability? Do you think it's possible to gain it back? Just wondering, just some thoughts. Leave an answer in the comments if you have any thoughts also. To be able to, oh no, there's an airplane. I don't even see it. There it is.